I've often wondered whether it would make a real, tangible difference to have something so deceptively good looking doing all the heavy lifting that not much else matters. And then this rocked up. A green respite from the heavy duty world of numbers and figures. Not lacking in the latter, but look at it. How do you say no to the RS5? So clearly, the RS5 is a looker. It's green, long, low-slung, and gorgeous. That's not a bad set of traits to be associated with. It's also brutally fast. I know we have been downsizing in the name of the environment for a long time now, so the 2.9 litre V6 that the RS5 comes with may not sound like much, but point me to the person who ever said 450 horsepower and 600 Nm were timid figures, and I'll show you a 3-horned unicorn. But the way the RS5 makes its power is not what you would expect. Now, because of their RS badge, I would expect it to have some incredible performance, just as I would expect Kanye to be anything but politically correct in an interview nowadays. Here's the interesting thing. It's a lot of very concentrated power. The RS5 makes 600 Nm between 1900 and 5000 revs, before and after which it's no slouch, but it's not something you'd expect either. In that band though, flick it into dynamic mode and the pace at which the 8-speed torque converter keeps shifting gears when you mash the accelerator is nothing short of actual laugh out loud funny. While I expected a screamer that got stronger as you got nearer to the red line, I could get used to this. I did get used to this rather fast. And it's not just the sheer power on offer, it's the agility too. Now, this does not get rear wheel steer, but I absolutely had to check the spec sheet thoroughly to make sure that it didn't. It's that good at shrink wrapping itself. The phrase turn on a dime, they had the RS5 in mind when they coined it. And for the ride. Now, for a car that runs on tires that have a 35 section sidewall, I've had pizza slices that are thicker than that. This thing actually rides pretty well. Most of the bumps are taken care of, and you can honestly use this as your daily if you so wish. But here's my favorite bit. That sound. God, I love V6s. In the world of fast cars, and within that world of RSs, the one thing you wouldn't expect to hear is practicality. And yet, look at this. That's 465 liters of boot space. It's not the most extravagant amount, but because of the way it's been designed, it's plenty usable. Continuing that theme of practicality, you can see that this is a 4-seater, so you can chuck some luggage in here too. Heck, I reckon this is big enough for some kids as well. As for the interiors, I like them. I like that the dash isn't fussy and cluttered. The touchscreen could have been bigger, but it's not the end of the world. Besides, the touch sensitivity and the responsiveness are great, and the UI is super easy to navigate through. The steering is a piece of art, while the virtual cockpit remains a great piece of tech. Aside from that, you get massage seats for the fronts, a panoramic sunroof, parking aid, a dedicated RS button on the steering, and cruise control, to name just a few features. It may not be the flashiest cabin around, but the novelty of flash value wears off really quickly in my experience. I'd much rather a cabin like this in the long run. I do have to admit that it was a bit odd to not see cool seats or a wireless charger or even wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Still though, these are just minor niggles.
To answer my question then, no, not in this case. The RS5 is definitely a head turner, but it's just got so much more going for it. Have you ever just noticed that there are some cars you just feel like giving a hug? No? Just me then? Okay. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is Forbes India Momentum. I'm Ronak and I'm being summoned.
Yeah. I'm the baddest chick. I'm not a sick. I'm about my business. Show her money.